Hello, this is the All Ireland podcast. My name is Dylan Murphy, and today I'm speaking with Adrian and Adam of First Day Lions. So thanks very much for joining me today, guys.
No worries at all, Dylan. Thanks for having us.
And you're from Moat in County Westmeath, is that right?
It is indeed.
It's not often that we have much Midlands representation. Actually, I think you're the first since starting the podcast. Anyway,
Really?
I've spoken to
We'll have to do it justice, though.
Yeah, like you'll have to do a good job representing the region, I
No
suppose.
pressures.
So just to kind of get started, can you give me the kind of elevator pitch, for lack of a better word? Can you tell me what your music is all about? Very short and sweet, I suppose.
Short and sweet. Indie rock. We do our own music. We try to tell stories, make sure it's a little different from the music you might hear today, and spread the good vibes is usually the plan. And that's it.
That's pretty much it.
As quick as possible.
And
put a smile on somebody's face.
Yeah.
And that is a pretty good mission, I have to say. So you originally got started under a different name, which was Short Shorts. Is that correct?
Yes.
Correct.
We were originally called, actually, We Love Short Shorts. And then it changed to Short Shorts. We said it was too long for us. And then I guess we took a massive change then and we said, no, something a little more different. And we said we'd go with First Day Lions.
Something new.
Something new.
Okay.
We believe that it really spoke about her music really well.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. It's based off the saying, I'd rather live one day a lion than 1,000 days a lamb, which I guess speaks to us personally and music-wise. We kind of want to stand out both like just in the room and with music and everything in good ways, hopefully. And so the name was birthed, First Day Lions.
Can you tell me the story? Like how did the band get started? And what led you to kind of change in the name, and what was the whole process of getting things going, as it were?
Well, the band started, myself and Adam are childhood best friends. I'm his best friend, but he's not mine. I'm only joking. I guess we've known each other all our lives. We've always kind of been in a couple of different bands when we were younger, just messing around in school and just playing music together. But Adam moved to America for a little bit, where he worked for a while. And then he came back one summer and then he was just like, hey, do you want to play some music? And I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So then the whole We Love Short Shorts thing started up. We were we like to think we're funny. So I guess it started off quite
aiming for the comedy end of things.
I guess the reason for the name change, after a while, I couldn't really see myself wearing shorts anymore. And I guess my knees got terrible throughout the years. And so, I have to wear pants on stage now.
It's a court order. No, his knees are fine. But it's kind of that element of professionalism as well. You want to represent yourselves well, and sometimes shorts just were not always the answer. And like God, we remember doing this balcony TV going back years now, and Short Shorts back then, and we were in Salt Hill of County Galway, and the wind was beating on us onto this balcony in a hotel room, and I'd say it was 1 degree or something, the wind's coming in, and we were just in shorts, and it took us nearly 2 hours to film this, and we were purple by the end of it. So we just said, you know what, for health reasons, might swap it up.
Yeah, because if we're going to be gigging in Ireland and if we do any festivals outside wearing shorts, might be able to play the guitar.
You're asking for trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Asking for trouble.
Yeah. So, but we knew what we signed up for. It's funny, actually. We sent away to industry people way back when, being like, "Hey, would you like to hear our music? We're called We Love Short Shorts." And it just, in fairness, one of them got back and they're just kind of like, "You just got to lose the name or whatever." So we nearly kept the name for longer just to spite them. We were just like, "No, We Love Short Shorts. We're gonna stay."
A rebellious theme.
Yeah. And then we changed it all to First Day Lions, and the First Day Lions name change mostly came because we needed to really find out who we are. Because when we were Short Shorts, we did everything. We did country, we did rap, we did pop, we did like everything that you could think of. We tried to do jazz and everything, and we just actually sell the brand. We really need to become something a little bit more identifiable. So then we stuck with the indie rock kind of rock and punk type thing as well. And then we changed the name to Solidify, the massive changes. So now we wear pants all the time. It's fantastic. Everything's a lot warmer.
suits Ireland really, really well.
So you were kind of saying that, you know, the whole kind of mission or aim is, you know, to bring the good vibes, to put a smile on people's face, that kind of thing. Is there a particular kind of way you go about doing that? Like, what's like, where would you kind of look for inspiration in terms of that whole side of things?
Well, we definitely, I know when it comes to writing music anyway, we're always upbeat. We usually start off with the music first, and the lyric comes after that. But we nearly have a habit now of keeping it all upbeat every time we're coming up with stuff. It's never like, okay, I want to just take a step back here for a second and just
talk about a breakup.
Just strum a D minor. Like, right, how sad can we?
And that's nothing against the sadder type of music, but it doesn't resonate with us.
And we it's something to do with the music we listen to as well. That like I know myself personally, I'm into like AC/DC, a lot of the Beatles, which would be all very upbeat stuff, and I guess it's just a habit now that's in our music.
Yeah, and I think it reflects personality as well. We generally don't like to think very negative, no matter how much, you know, different things might happen. We always do try to keep a positive head, and that shines through it. You kind of write what you know, really, and we are aware of all the bad things, but we kind of enjoy more keeping it, you know, lighter and optimistic in tone.
And I guess as well, like for anyone who wants to hear music, it's like maybe a passage away from the big bad world that's out there. You know?
Yeah. We can offer that to somebody, a bit of solace. That's the best thing. If we can make people smile or feel better, then boom, that's a massive plus.
All right, brilliant. You kind of mentioned there that personality, you know, that's, you know, that whole thing is based on your personality. To what extent would you say that you kind of put in your own? Do you think that you put in your own personal experiences into the music in any way, or are they based on personal experience in any way?
A bit, yeah. I mean, some of it is kind of based on reality, and then others are just stories that we want to tell. I mean, I'm trying to think of like Mary Lou, for example. One of our earlier releases that came out of October last year, October 1st, was Mary Lou, and that was just fun. Adrian started playing the guitar. It was a real Beatles. So we kind of wrote this Beatles song about a character. You know, this person is in love with a girl called Mary Lou, and it's all based around all that kind of different things. And then just even recently on our most recent release on the 1st of this month of June, we released In the Middle, which is actually kind of based on like a teenage relationship from way back when, and how that kind of was like going south. And then, but still trying to keep it optimistic, we turned it into a positive vibe thing again. So we do even try to take the negative things that have happened, but make it positive in a sense. So yeah, touch of personal experiences, and then just stories, things that are fun, you know.
Even in terms of other artists or musicians, is there any particular names to pop into your mind when you think of influences?
Ooh, there's lots. Definitely for me, I know John Lennon is a massive influence for me. And the Beatles themselves, Queen, huge Queen fan, Dire Straits, Mark Knopfler, there's a massive list.
I suppose vocally as well, you know, Freddie Mercury would definitely be a big influence. There are a lot of songs where we know we can push it, so we aim for that kind of like Queen. Even John Fogerty, I'm a big fan. Creedence Clearwater Revival, like singing like that. We have a song called Jenny, which is very Creedence. And that's a lot of fun doing that as well. So we really do take everything and kind of gel it together.
And is there any kind of non-musical inspirations? Because forgive me if this is something that really you should talk about in more detail, but I've seen in all your social media the new song In the Middle, it has a lot of references in it. So is that something that's intentional, and is that something that you try to do a lot in your music?
Think so. Well, there's certain things just call for it in the moment, you know. Like when we were writing this song, like the lines like "Tell me, Mr. Krabs, are you feeling like the SpongeBob reference, the Malcolm in the Middle references, they all just kind of sat in well because it had this teenager vibe, and we used to watch SpongeBob religiously. Loved SpongeBob, so like it kind of had to work its way in there. But
I suppose it would be influences from when we were younger as well, because I remember back in school, myself and Adam made out like a timetable of like when SpongeBob was on, and Malcolm in the Middle was on.
Yeah.
So we'd be like, okay, it's 6:30 now. Malcolm in the Middle's on, so
and
make sure you're watching that tonight.
There's The Simpsons and everything. Yeah. Oh no, and that is it. And I'm trying to even think of other examples off the top of my head right now of like other things that kind of play outside, inspiration wise.
And definitely for me, coming up with the music would be just kind of what I've heard before in my own version, sort of thing, you know?
Yeah, kind of putting your own spin on what's already there. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
My favorite thing, this is just like a little personal thing of mine on that topic, is where Adrian will be playing something that'll sound really, really hooky, you know, it'll just sound funky. And I'll kind of say to him, be like, is that a song? And he won't even say anything, just kind of nod, he'll like nod no to me. And I'll be like, we're recording it. So out with the phone and we record.
Able to tell it's all in the eyes.
It's all in the eyes.
I'm just staring. I'm like,
he won't blink for several hours. It's incredible. So yeah.
So, what would your kind of creative process be then in terms of writing songs? You know what, you kind of mentioned there, like, very kind of impromptu, like, getting to work on the song. That, like, would you kind of consider it to be spontaneous, like that? You kind of do it as you go along, or do you think that it requires more planning?
I'd
a lot of go with it.
At the moment, like, we're recording and we've got a couple of guitar ideas down. We usually go with guitar first because that's the so-called best instrument, I think.
I would have said main instrument. For sure.
But we've a load of guitar ideas down, and we're actually just currently working on some bass on it. And then we're going to see if maybe some keyboards suit the song as well, that we can
just all layer by layer
build it up, and then maybe we'll head to the studio, record some drums on it, and then add it. We'll
lay everything down.
It's
like, even going back and when we made our album Time, which is our debut one, we brought that out last November, and that entire thing was inspired from, we just did a write week. We just said, look, let's sit back for a week and we'll do an album.
Yeah.
And all of it just really was, I sat behind the drums, Adrian stood up with the guitar, and you just jammed things out. Anything that just stuck, we ended up just making a song, you know? And sometimes we learned it's cool to be able to stop and focus on one song. What's the structure of it? And then other ones you realize, like, it nearly leads into another song. So you just on the spot stuff.
Yeah, so like a lot of our songs are kind of written in different ways as well. Like at the moment, we've kind of got a couple of guitar ideas down, and we're recording nearly more bass ideas and stuff like that. But whereas with the album, we dedicated a whole week of just us saying, right, we're going to write as many songs as we can. There's even some ideas that we've had from Write Week that we didn't just go ahead with and put on the album.
Yeah.
You know, there's that we can records a lot of ideas on his phones.
My many phones.
His many phones.
Plural. I'm very rich.
He has loads of ideas already on your phone, like, and you're able to kind of go back and hear this one and go, this sounds like a Christmas song. I'm going to write Christmas songs.
Sometimes I do forward Adrian random songs that we recorded years ago, and I'll be like, let's do this song now, and that'll be perfect, you know. So I do. Unfortunately, it means that I'm going through memory sticks like this summer, like I'm running out of space awful quick because you do not stop coming up with ideas. So it's hard.
Seasons Change. It's up on our Spotify page, but when we first came up with that, we were recording in Portlaoise, and I remember I came up with the acoustic guitar part, and it was just this real nice melodic kind of guitar piece. And I was like, holy shit, this is really nice. It's really just soothing. And we were struggling as to what to sing about in it. And I remember one time I was just like, right, I'm just going to record. I have sleigh bells at home, and I just started shaking them behind it. And I was like, oh my God.
It's a Christmas song.
It's a Christmas song.
It's weird. Sometimes if you just sit on it and then add a random percussive instrument, it becomes a whole different song.
There used to be loads of moments as well, actually, where I'd have my house phone and I'd ring Adam and I'd say, I'd have come up with maybe like this cool, maybe guitar piece or even a piano piece, and be just like, hey, Adam, listen to this. Next thing I play it, probably only lasts like 15 seconds, and then he'd be like, that's pretty cool. I'm like, right, yeah, well, see you there.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's we have a very spontaneous. That's how we create music.
Do you have a lot of ideas on the back burner then? Because as you kind of said, you'll come up with the music first and come back to it later to add lyrics. So do you think that you have a lot of ideas on the backlog then, I suppose?
I think so.
I'd like to think so. Yeah, I would say at this point, really, we could have, in regards to music ideas, like we could have.
Yeah, I mean, I could literally open my phone right now and probably pull up a recording we haven't heard since last year and be like, there's ideas that we're working on right now. I mean, we're working on songs, which we generally try to get up to about 5 new songs that need drum tracks. And then we go to our drum studio in
Lakeland Studios in Glass.
Michael Dowd, what a champion. And then we just have other ideas that we haven't even started yet, but we do have them. We have plenty of them. So really, we have no idea. Plenty of songs in the back burner, plenty.
Actually, where do you record now? You mentioned going to Portlaoise to record before. How has it worked for more recent tracks?
Up to recently, we've kind of purchased our own home studio.
Okay.
The only thing that we're actually not able to record here at home is drums. And we possibly can. We've tried it actually only last week, but just the quality isn't there.
Yeah.
It's very, very drums is a complicated instrument to get right, especially when you have so much to mic. And
as you say, very technical.
Yeah, it's very technical, and we don't get the right sound here at the house. At the moment, everything is home studio, guitars, bass, vocals, and then we just go to the studio with the drums. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's where Adam shines then.
So you kind of mentioned that, it was just a case of Adam came back from America and you were like, okay, let's play a bit of music. When did it kind of become official that you wanted to actually bring out music and start performing and stuff like that? When did it become kind of the real deal, for lack of a better word?
I think at the start it was definitely more a bit of crack. And I think, what was that, about 2016?
Yeah.
About 2016 is when we kind of decided, like, hey, let's even just write some songs and have a bit of fun with it. And then we just said, I know at the time I was really interested in recording, even though I didn't have much knowledge on it. So I just said, hey, sure, look, if the two of us are up for it, that we'll go to the studio and we'll just record some tunes, which ended up being really cool to look. I guess last year is when we made the big name change to First Day Lions. And
we were very serious about it even before then.
Yeah.
I feel like it was something we wanted to really pursue early on.
Yeah.
When we kind of wrote our very first song was called Barren Lands. And we wrote that. And I don't know, there was just something that connected when that happened. We did it. And then all of a sudden we were like, this sounds really good. And we were loving it. And then we just wanted to keep doing it. Now, the very next song we did was like a Western country song. Which was wicked. So even from the get-go, even though it was the crack and mighty and all this kind of stuff, we knew that it was something we wanted to do. And then it only became absolutely, as you were saying, like a serious, like, right, we need to make a product, sell it, make it appeal, and start to make a career out of it, like a living. And that's when we made that change about a year ago now. Last January.
So was it a big step up then? Because obviously you had out music before that, but was it a big step up to make and release the album last year?
Yeah, it would have been. For me anyway, it was. I thought it was, because we went from just kind of like, let's wear shorts and bring the guitar and people will surely know who we are, to like, all right, we need to, because there's all the different things that come with this. Like a lot of people think, and I don't mean to accuse a lot of people, but some people would think that like getting into music is easy, or but there's a lot of different things, even visually, and there's like business, PR, management, music, studio. There's all these different colleges to be your own independent. So it is there is a lot in it. I have lost track of exactly what I was trying to say, because I was trying to remember all the complicated things. But so there is a load to it, and that's exactly my point.
So
completely forget what I was trying to say. What was the question again?
It was it a big step up from just releasing music to releasing the album?
Yes, absolutely. That's what I was going to say, because we had to perfect all those things, whereas before we were just wearing shorts, right? Perfect, nailed it. We've come full circle. So all of a sudden we had to learn everything. Like, we wouldn't be big social media people, so we had to become social media people.
Yeah.
We've never run a web page before, but we had to run a web page. We had to do all this stuff ourselves, and since then we've started to like it.
Yeah,
because it's all for pushing the good stuff. So big step up for me anyway.
Yeah. And building a social media family is really cool as well, because we've got some really cool people that tune into our premiere on YouTube. So a big shout out to everyone that always tunes in to see us. And it's amazing when you actually get feedback from a random person from somewhere else in the world. It's always really, really cool.
Makes it all worth it.
Makes it all worth it. I don't need money at all.
Yeah, I'll take it.
So the recent lockdown, how has that affected you and your music? How does it kind of affect your plans? How has it kind of affected your workflow?
Well, I mean, we did have a few things on the horizon. We had a festival. We had maybe a European tour on the books. That all, same with everybody. It all just kind of lost ground when we were told, right, stay inside.
Yeah.
And for sure, we kind of did respect naturally all of the different laws and different things that were coming in, keep distancing and all that kind of stuff. And we did want to. And writing some stuff and staying, because at the end of the day, we had to decide what was of more priority. So in the back line now, we've been doing a lot of work that will be coming out more obvious.
I guess we've been working on our social media presence within the time that within the quarantine. I guess the one big effect is our live music, our live shows, and I guess planning shows, our own personal shows. But that's all taken the back seat until further notice, really, until we can kind of know where we stand with the coronavirus, and when it's all finished, that live music can go back ahead. And probably you're going to have restrictions on, maybe if it's in a theater, that within every seat or something like that, that you're going to have to make way. You can't fill out the theater, or but the big effect really is the live. I think we've achieved a lot in regards to social media over the last 10 weeks. We've released 2 songs since the lockdown. Our next song is coming out on July 1st.
Yes.
It's called Summer Child.
Yes. For the summer.
For the summer.
And we made like a massive strong move to YouTube, I think, as well.
Yes.
And that for us, because that is a platform where, like, we had our live lockdown sessions, the Lions Live Lockdown, which is essentially us just performing a concert to people at home.
Yeah.
And we've actually gotten great success with back. And so we're just trying to bring our music to others, considering we can't do that right now. So YouTube is the main platform at the moment to try and keep spreading the word.
And I actually wanted to mention the live lockdown sessions. Do you think it was difficult or strange in any way to go about setting those up and doing it, basically performing a concert to a camera? Was that kind of a strange or new experience, do you think?
It's definitely a new experience, just because I guess there, and there's, for me anyway, nothing beats like going to see a live band and you see the guitarist doing a solo, and judging by his facial expressions, you can see how much he's in it, and as behind the camera, you can definitely see it the same way as well. But it's always nice to have an audience there to cheer you on and feed off.
And there's not as much room to roam either. I mean, this is where we shoot mostly everything for our studios and things like that. So realistically, our camera can only frame so much. We're sharing the same space. We can't actually.
I could be going out of frame.
Yeah.
Over there.
There's a low a load of different factors.
I can't do my Angus Young guitar walk across.
Does it all the time. It's getting them to stop. But at the same time, it's been a lot of fun. We've done a couple of just camera performances for different things. But not to this extent, not where it's just us and setting everything up. But it's been a load of fun because we're bringing in the lights. This room gets up to 100 and something degrees, and we just try to make it seem like we're on a stage all the time and performance. So a lot of fun.
So I suppose looking forward, on kind of a medium to long term basis, obviously, restrictions will have an impact on this. But what are your hopes in the next few months or to even a year or two for the band? What if you really have any particular goals? I suppose what are they?
Well, definitely we're going to keep releasing music because that's what we love to do. We want to keep building up our social media family, just keep building up fans. There's loads of people coming. One of them make all the difference. I know some people don't realize it, but they really do. Every subscription.
Yeah, we see every subscriber come in.
Yeah, I nearly know the names of all our YouTube subscribers just because I care about them all so much. And I guess the yearly plan is to just smash out some music and really, I suppose, just expand the audience. And then hopefully when live music can get back to where it was, that we can start music going and hopefully get some big festivals and just
keep bringing
smash
it.
it.
So YouTube, keep it growing, and then the moment we come out, because build the platform so we can publicize all the new music coming out and where we're performing, and then perform and bring the house down, man. Absolutely give people a good time.
Is there another album on the cards anytime soon, do you think?
Too shy. Yes. At the moment, we are thinking to just. The last one was a very concept album. We kept a theme in mind.
Okay.
I guess just recently we were thinking of creating a lot of songs. We were thinking maybe next year we'd have an album coming out for sure.
Yeah.
So I suppose it is about that time to start really getting down nitty and gritty. So we will say for now, there's one in the future.
There's definitely one in the future.
If not loads.
May not be this side of Christmas future, but definitely for within the next year, I'd say we'd hope new album. Different concept this time compared to the last. But probably keeping some, I suppose it'll be a bit different, I guess, because I've learned how to better mix my music as well.
Adrian mixes all of our songs now.
Okay.
The first album was your real first time to actually tackle mixing.
Yeah, that was where I was under severe pressure to get it all done within the small time frame that we gave ourselves.
We did. We gave ourselves a very small frame.
It was so class.
Okay, well, we're just about out of time, I'm afraid. But if people are looking for more, where should they look online?
First Day Lions everywhere. YouTube is the big platform now. We're going to be moving. We already have a calendar full of content. Sorry, Adrian, almost slapped you. Calendar full of content over there, where you can see some of our, great comedy acts, such as the Invisible Slap. And we're going to be bringing out a lot of stuff there. Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, Instagram, anything First Day Lions. Twitter's FD Lions, by the way.
Okay.
Can't find this FD Lions. But yeah, everywhere, First Day Lions.
Okay, well, brilliant. This has been First Day Lions. Thanks very much, guys, for joining me.
Cheers, Dylan. Thanks a million.
Thanks so much.
My pleasure. Thanks a million.
All the best. Bye-bye.